Hi, I'm Gabriela from Tulip Art Designs, and here we are getting creative together. We are drawing with ink and watercolor. We try to do it for relaxation and we don't focus on the details, but if you want, you can do that. Today, I am showing with you, I am sharing with you this warm tea set. It's kind of a forest feeling for me, which is the theme of this month. So if you want to see every week the video and you don't want to miss anything, just subscribe for my channel. It will help me a lot to grow here and to just keep creating tutorials for you. So let's stop talking and just start drawing. Hi! So in today's video I want to draw a nice winter illustration just because January I decided to make this forest wintry mountain theme. So today I wanted to make this to draw this nice tea set that just reminds me for the cold and calm moments from my childhood when we just used to go in the forest for a walk. So I already have done my pencil sketch, so I will just start with the pen. Oh, wait, let me just quickly walk you through the materials. So I have a watercolor paper. I use Archie's. I have this one. It's a cold pressed just because I really like the texture of the paper, and it's not the really thick one, so that's why I just fixed my paper on the on my table so it will not fall too much. But let's see. It always depends how much water you use and yeah, a lot of things, but we are doing it in a relaxing way, just in a very easy way. So let's see. Then I have a watercolor, Winsor and Newton. I have the Cotman collection, which is quite good for beginners. I have extra palette for mixing colors. I have different sizes of round brushes, two different sizes of my micron, Pigma micron pens. I have 02 and 08. And yeah, of course, I have some water. So I have some paper towel here on the side, and I have a white jelly roll pen. It's the Sakura brand, which I really love. And I think that's everything. So as I told you, I already sketched my illustration, so I will just start inking it. It's always quite nice to just sketch, and you probably hear my pen, but it's quite nice. So first I will make the bigger object, and I'm not really making my lines complete or the same. I really like doing this sketchy style, and if you like perfection, then go for it. But you will probably hear me quite a lot of times that there's no perfection but just beauty in our drawings. So you are absolutely free to to choose the style of your lines. I believe that when you practice more, then you will probably find your own line style. Okay. Like this, that's my cup. And then the handle. Just adding a little bit of thickness, or I make double lines on the bottom of each part, so it just creates kind of a shadow. And if you don't know where to add this, imagine your sun always comes from the top, so basically here you have a little bit of shadow, so always on the bottom. So here, like this. Okay, here I didn't finish it because I want to add some leaves, just some fillers. So I will go very fast like this and add some leaves and evergreen elements. You can add whatever you like, maybe berries or pine leaves or whatever you like, just to make a nice composition. But I really like these simple elements, like the berries are always nice and they always bring a lot of joy because of the red color. So for the berries I'm just drawing circles like this, and then I connect them to one line, and it's quite easy because you can just fill all the empty spots. And then maybe one leaf here. I really make it in a very nice sketchy way. We will bring life to our sketch using watercolor, so don't be stressed if you messed up your lines here. It's just okay. Okay, then one more here. And I am trying to make them different sizes, so some of them are bigger, maybe some of them are really small. Let's say here I have like very small ones. And I'm not really happy that you see these two. I just drew them so fast and in the same direction, but that's okay. I can quickly add one to this side. And also one more of this thing. I want to make it somewhere here. Like this. And then you can see it just behind. And I'm really sketching rough, very rough lines. Maybe some berries. Just a cluster of few berries. And I want to add also here a few of these. Maybe one here and one here. So simple as that. And I'll imagine that my things are just on top of a maybe a wooden bench here, and then I have like a misty forest background. And now what I'm gonna do, I will just look from a bit far to see if my black lines are kind of balanced. Okay, I will just stop here. For my next part, I will grab a big brush. This one is just number 20. It's a round brush. You can also use a wash brush, and I will wet all my paper, and you can go all the way to the tape, or you can just make it very loose. So I will just make it loose this time, like this, and I will throw some colors. I am gonna use wet on wet technique, which is quite nice and relaxing technique because you are throwing paint in your wet paper and then you just leave it to do its job. And it's quite nice because you are not focused on any shape and you let it go, just enjoying what the paint can do. And for the forest, as a winter, I guess we have some brown, a little bit of maybe yellows and whites. So I'm just drawing colors. Remember that it will become lighter when it's dry. So don't be stressed too much if it's a bit dark now. You can use a masking liquid here if you want this to be a bit more easier. So you can just go with the colors all over your page. Okay, maybe just a little bit of green here and there. And you have to be quick with this technique because your paper will probably start drying. And then you will just have different results. You can always go back, add more colors if you want. It's absolutely up to you. Okay. You can also blend it a little bit if you want. Just play with the colors, it's quite nice. Like this. Okay. I will let it dry for a second and I will continue. So now I want to quickly make my well, it's not ground but my bench. So I will add a little bit of brown, very light. I will throw a bit more like this, so under it, maybe here and here. Okay. You can definitely make it quite detailed, but because I'm just enjoying the process, I am not really focusing on how to make every detail perfect. And we are adding extra mediums, also the white in the end, so it will also bring life to your illustrations. So just don't be stressed. Just keep going if you are painting along with me. Then I will make it dry and we will continue. Alright, I will grab my brush number 10 and I will use this quite nice and dark forest green. I don't really have one, but I will just mix some greens here. And I will use it. I have a nice olive green. I have this one, and if I want to make it a little bit warmer, then you can add just a little bit of red. Then you will tune this down. So something like this. I will add a little bit of water and then I will just paint. I will get extra water and I will blend it. I have the black edge, so I'm not gonna paint the top. I will try to go around these leaves like this and like this, also around the berries. Then the handle. I will try to make it fast because I want to use again the wet on wet technique and I want to throw darker green with the water. And if you think your green is too dark, you can always add water and pick it up with your brush, but then you need a dry brush like this. I am just getting dark green and I go on the edges to add it, and I just go in one direction to add this dark green like this, some lines. This is again wet on wet technique that I'm using here, but then I have my base covered, and then I add more color on top of it. I'm trying also to enjoy the whole process, so sometimes I'm just not talking, but also I'm trying to make this casual video, so I hope you like it. Let me know if you like more casual style videos or more. Okay, I just had to change my battery. So, where I was, let me just grab some red for these sweet berries. And you can see that here I made the ground bench, or let's call it just bench. I painted all over the berries and the leaves. So you can see how my red, because watercolor is transparent, and now my red is very warm and nice. And you can see here it's just different because there's no warm colors behind. So that's a very nice characteristic of the watercolor, just the transparency. Here what I did, I just left it white because the green is quite strong, so it would be hard for the red to pop up. So you should think what colors you want in the end, and then you can always work in layers. Use the transparency as your friend here and just play with it. You have to wait for each layer to dry because here my red just bleeds a little bit in the green. I'm totally fine because I'm really sketching, but if you want to have quite nice separate objects and colors, you should wait for your first layer to dry completely and then continue painting. Okay. Now my gray is half dry, so I want to add a little bit of dark on the edges, and you can see that when it's half dark, half dry, sorry, then it just bleeds less. Like this. Yep, I like it a lot. Okay, I will just add my dark edge here, like this. Maybe also this one. And it's possible that it will bleed because I didn't wait again. I'm just not this patient. But that's okay. You can always, of course, wait enough for your layers to dry before throwing new colors and new paints like this. Then I think now I will just add a little bit of dark green here. For the cup. Because it looks quite flat, so I just want to make it a bit darker. Okay, Then now I think now I just have to wait for this to dry before I keep going. Okay, grabbing more green for the leaves. And just throwing paint very free and very loose style. Like this. I will grab a bit more and try to make it dark here for this one. Something like this. And I'm just filling all these small white spots like this. And the last thing I want to do here is just to add a little bit of shadow here. So I will get this gray. I will just make it like this. So I'm adding a little bit of dark gray, then I take water and I spread it around like this. Then I will do the same somewhere here, just to make the illusion that there's a shadow, like this. Also behind the greenery. And the berries. Okay. So our first, that's not the first step because we first add the ink and then we made the background, then we painted our objects, then we added shadows. Now I will let it dry, and the last step is adding some white. So I have this Jelly Roll pen and I will just draw. What's the trick here? You just go where you have the darkest and it's like you are adding this extra contrast to your drawing like this. And it's very important to add this white where you have the darkest spots. So let's say here I have double lines like this and one in the back, also here on the bottom, then here on the side. You can even add some detail lines like this here and there. Remember, do this only where the darkest parts are. And you can see this just brings some light in, and then the drawing just gets different character and different feeling. And then this leaf. It's like you are doing your first sketch that you did with the pencil or with the ink, but then just one more time with your white pen. You can add white gouache if you like, or some other markers like acrylic markers also works. I just like the pen, I just like the line work. I like to add lines to my drawing. What I'm doing here, it's like just drawing these extra lines for a fill up, and how this can become more wintry, how you can bring more winter feeling. I get the bleed proof white. Let's see. You need very clean water. I will mix it here like this. Before you do this, you can test it on another paper just to see what will happen. Okay. So let's say we have this test paper, and then you do this. So you have this, I don't know, maybe it's not really visible. And you can always do like this, like big and small. Let's say these are our snowflakes. It's quite nice just to do these dots. I really find it quite relaxing. And if you just focus on your movements and not really what shapes you do, then it's quite relaxing. And if you want to learn a bit more how to start with ink and watercolor for relaxation, then you can join my free course that is coming very soon. So I will link it in the description, so you can just save your spot and we can have some nice time together. It's gonna be online, so you will enjoy your most comfortable place, maybe your couch or your own desk, and then I will walk you through all the basics you need to know to start with ink and watercolor. And it's for free, so it's always nice to get free stuff, learn new things, and just enjoy creativity. So that's it. I think I will stop here. It's always hard for me to stop adding stuff, but I will call it done. So that was for today. I hope you liked it a lot and you learned something new. I hope you enjoyed it because, let's be honest, that's the most important of creating art, right? So if you liked it, just subscribe for my channel, push the button with the bell for just not missing any video, and I will see you next week. Bye.